Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Today we are continuing our defense of Dirk and cross-examining Maya Fey. Let us begin. May 19th, High Court of Kurain. Accused lobby. Talk about some really close shaves. Well, you can't get a closer shave than Headsman's brand blades, that's for sure. The trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted. Still, you were able to fight back the Queen herself in there. Well, maybe with Miss Fey's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Sorry, excuse me. Speaking of which, I guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday out of exhaustion, apparently. But that's all it was. So, she should be okay. Barbed head, horn head. Oh, hello, Your Benevolence. Princess Reva, you were really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Reva Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Yippee. Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. And in doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess. It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your belief in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I know. I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Or perhaps I shall reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage. Oh, that's okay, Your Benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough. Thanks. But I thought you Americans liked massages. My techniques were highly praised by my father, I'll have you know. Hey you, liars, where's the accused? Huh? Dirk? That's a good question. I blew it big time, AJ. That's... Shut up, you! What's going on? The scoundrel tried to escape with the accused! What? We're able to nab him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I keep telling you, I got no idea where he went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together. But I lost track of him after that. So Dirk's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? He vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanished? You wanna know something, AJ? Dirk said to me, I can't put Amara in danger. I have to set her free before it's too late. What? Don't tell me he's going to rescue her. He's gone to rescue her. But that's what I am telling you. It's why I helped him escape in the first place. Cats, do you realize what you've done? Well, what's done is done. Still, why do you choose to go rescue her now? Maybe he didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case he ended up on the chopping block. Why, Dirk? I thought you believed in me. Don't be like that, AJ. He'll be back as soon as he frees Amara. You'll see. That's not the point, Dirk. Listen, lawyer. You let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. The trial will now resume, so see that you are ready. Wait, the trial's still on? Without the defendant? Those were Her Eminence's orders, so you will return to the courtroom at once. Let's go, Apollo. All we can do now is see where the next testimony leads. May 19th, High Court of Kurain. Now then, let us resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty, my client seems to have gone missing. What do you think, Your Eminence? Should we proceed without the accused? Why not? My royal guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, for they would not dare to keep me waiting. Yes, but what about the law governing court proceedings? Fuck you, I'm writing it. Then I shall simply revise it. With my fingernail, because that's how writing works. As ruling sovereign of Kurain, I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. Will the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand? Hi, Maya. Sorry to summon you like this, Maya. Getting dragged out of bed and into court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick. I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea. And you are? Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. It's nice to finally meet you. Oh, so you're Apollo. Nick's told me all about you. You're the new guy with the loud voice. And a bit of an unreliable streak, right? Unreliable? Well, that was 2 years ago. You've come a long way since then. So, why was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again? Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Well, she has been asleep this entire time. Miss Faye, this is a trial for Dirk's body, and you're here as a witness. What? Did Dirk's been arrested? But... That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Faye, you are suspected of playing a part in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. What? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. At least, that is what the defense claims. Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How did you even reach that conclusion? Sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense aside, will you testify, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Majesty. Didn't think I'd have to do this again. Witness testimony. Channeling the minister. I don't have any idea what's going on, but I know I didn't channel Minister Inga. I didn't even have the chance to do something like that. Besides, I'd never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. Though, I guess there are some things I'd go quietly along with. It seems the witness doesn't believe she has ever channeled Justice Minister Inga. And if her words prove to be true defense, your entire argument becomes moot. You do understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. It doesn't seem like Miss Faye's lying. Apollo, Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now. Then I guess I'd better dig a bit and try to get her to open up to me. First. Calling the minister. I don't have any idea what's going on, but...
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct?
Mm-hmm. I was exhausted after being held captive for so long.
That must have been terrible. Maya, Minister Inga didn't do anything to you, did he?
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him for all sorts of things.
Like what?
Like, I'm really craving burgers, and I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plumed Punisher. Acting like a brat knitted me a TV and even a few burgers from someplace. He was surprisingly nice to me.
Huh? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy here? He may have seemed large, but he was unexpectedly easy to push around.
Even though he's the one who was responsible for pushing those execution papers through.
Oh, that? Approving executions was simply his preferred method of stress relief. That's evil as fuck. With a wife like her, he's probably really pushing them through out of fear. I'm beginning to see why you wanted to stage a coup.
In any case, my time in captivity wasn't so bad. But of all the things that happened, I know I didn't channel Minister Inga.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Maybe you just don't remember channeling him.
I don't remember. I may be 28, but I'm not senile, you know?
Something's not right here. Miss Faye, you were confined to a martyr's tomb the whole time. Is that correct?
Yes. But I wasn't conscious the whole time.
Okay, then let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nana in the tomb? Dressed as Dirk?
Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I think I'd remember if I saw something as crazy as that.
Well, I sight out anyone would carry out a crime like that in front of a potential witness. I hate when he's right.
I didn't even have the chance to do something like that.
Hold it!
You didn't have a chance to channel him? Does channeling someone take a long time?
Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally! So there's no way for me to make the channeling mujo with my hands to do it.
Right. I guess you really didn't channel Inga then. Maya, when mediums are done with a session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right?
Sure, unless they're still in training. Amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes. But full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session. And they can send the deceased spirit away anytime they want.
So I take you can do that too, Miss Faye?
Of course! It's a cinch for the new and improved Mystic Maya Faye, a spirit medium.
That's strange. You seem like the same old childish Maya to me.
I'll show you, childish Nick. Besides, I'd never go quietly along with some criminal's plan.
Hold it!
So you wouldn't channel spirits for unseemly purposes?
Of course not. Spirit channeling is my bread and butter. And I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo?
I dropped something. Well... That's lost it forever. But until... Shit. Until finger pointing and objecting become deadly, I don't see how they can be used. Apollo. Are you fucking stupid? You can absolutely commit crimes by just being a good lawyer. There are so many crimes you can commit.
Wow, you're a regular Mr. Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Anyways, at the ready with some always at the ready with some sarcastic comeback.
I think I'll save my many objections for that after the trial. Yes, please.
Anyway, I'd never go along with something like murder. Though, I guess there are some things I'd go quietly along with.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're trying to hide, like you're trying to hide something, Miss Faye.
Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo?
You're in a court of law!
It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Wait, we're in a court of law!
God fucking damn it. Yeah, I know.
And what was all that about me being rude? I'm just doing my job. So please, just tell me. What exactly are you hiding?
Sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say.
You made a promise to Dirk?
Mm-hmm. Pretty big one.
I think this is about all you're going to get out of her. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi. Enough. The witness is denying that she channeled any spirits. Further questioning is pointless. It appears your little fiction has been soundly exposed for what it is.
You should listen to her, Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't have any evidence of me channeling Minister Inga, do you?
Oh, evidence, huh?
There's no point in thinking about it, really. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind.
That's true. Just like when she channeled the High Priest, all Maya needs is her own body. If the defense has no other evidence to offer, I will have to end this cross-examination. What now? What if he doesn't use any special items to do the channeling itself? You'd think there would be something to complete the deception. Is there any proof that Justice Minister Ingo is channeled? You bet there is! You bet there is. Hold on. I don't quite know. I would assume the gemstone. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm fucking stupid.
Really?
Well now. Hold on.
Really?
Okay, I know I did. Okay, it was just a well now. You're bluffing, I take it. I'll be fine. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. Time to do some serious thinking, Apollo Justice. Okay, I know that when Rafa saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Faye, right? Right, because if he was, Rafa would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means he was dressed in his usual suit when Rafa saw him. Aha! Good thing, Apollo. This might be the perfect angle to attack from. Alright, so let's have an answer from the defense. What proof do you have that Miss Maya Faye channeled Justice Minister Inga?
Take that!
Use that. A gemstone. We found this among the ashes of one of the tomb's incense burners. Does this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence?
What? What was that doing in the tomb?
Ah, so you do recognize it. But then, as his wife, how could you not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket?
I don't get where you're going with this.
Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Rafa. Especially if you were wearing your clothes. So you wouldn't have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him.
Ah!
Miss Faye, you used the minister's clothes as a cover while going from his room to the tomb. Or you burned them once you no longer needed them.
What?
Uh-oh. She seems genuinely surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Ooh.
Oh, Miss Faye. Yes? Do you know my husband's name? It was, Inga Kirkle Crane, right? That is correct, in part. But there's more. Much more. Inga Kirkle, how could this name be any Laga Oma? Inga Kirkle, how could this name Nam Biani Laga Orma Pampus Dana Arides Karaim III. That is his true name.
Could it be any longer?
Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So, Miss Faye, did you know his true name? No, I mean, how could I? Precisely. Yet a medium must know both the face and true name of the one she seeks to channel.
So then, Miss Faye couldn't have channeled Minister Inga.
That's what I've been saying this whole time. Why would I want to randomly channel some old guy I don't know? I didn't like thanks to that last trial.
I can't believe this.
Apollo? I really don't think Maya's lying. However, your line of reasoning still seems credible to me.
I agree, but there's something tripping us up in the details. We were working off of some wrong assumptions again.
Apollo? I was thinking.
Yes?
Since I didn't channel Minister Inga, is it possible that someone else did?
Someone else? But who else could it have been?
I haven't thought that far yet. Such chatters without merit. Let us move on, shall we?
I don't care what Garan says, I'm going to figure this out. If it wasn't Miss Faye and the Queen has an alibi, then...
Apollo? Forget about who is capable of channeling spirits for a second.
I should consider the circumstances around the channeling, right?
Right. We know Rafa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at that time, who could it have been?
It had to have been someone who was in Inga's private quarters.
Well, I'm waiting, Defense. And you know how much I despise waiting.
Yes, but... there is someone else besides Miss Faye who could have channeled Minister Inga. There's just one more person, and they were in Inga's private quarters. That person is our only hope now. So, the defense believes there is another. Let's have your very serious answer then. I think it's gonna be Nana. I think. With pleasure. Horn devil. Who could have channeled the Minister Inga?
Take that!
Nana? You're unsteady it yourself. That's right, Nana couldn't... Nana never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nana. And then there's her benevolence statement. She said that Nana disappeared right after she entered Minister Inga's private quarters. The room from which Minister Inga himself came running out of not long afterwards. You are not seriously suggesting? It's the only thing that makes sense. Nana channeled Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside his residence.
Ah! No way!
That's gotta be it. Nana must have somehow channeled the minister. All of the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nana isn't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nana to the stand. Well, Your Eminence. Very well then. Let us call Nana to testify. Yes! Now we can finally crack this case wide open. Let us adjourn while the witness is summoned. There is no need. Nana is in the waiting lobby. What? Nana's there? Nana's here? How'd she gone missing? It seems she was feeling unwell and simply withdrew rest and disturbed. But a concern for Rafa brought her here today. He took time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent? I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Apollo. Do 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 do. Miss Nana, do you understand why you have been summoned here today? Yes, of course. Your Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed a crime. So this is Nana. That's quite the hairdo. Though I will say... I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. This horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal. Nincompoop? Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? I guess Nana rubbed off on her. What with all the time they spent together? You there, young hornhead. Yes? You're accusing me of saying Minister Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded. Thanks. Just take on him in justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with the testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters.
am no spirit medium, Sonny. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest those weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Wright. After Queen Amara's passing, her eminence, Queen Garan, is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey.
And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nena could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to this end. That Nena channeled Inga's spirit. Alright, the defense may now question the witness.
I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones.
Hold it!
All these dogs stole your animal when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest?
I had been feeling unwell all day and had pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty Mongol only served to worsen my condition.
Well, I sympathize with you, Nena. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, you know.
How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I.
Except, to Rafa, Nena's not just a mere servant.
Do you even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister? What hogwash! Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium.
Hold it!
I hear you are the head servant, isn't that right?
Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits?
Since you are the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure.
I think not, for that goes against the very underpinnings of the Kingdom of Wright.
To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training. But most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening. So commoners could never become medium, no matter how hard they tried.
That is a common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Wright.
Hold it!
Okay then, what if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nena? Like a distant relative or something.
I am from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I've never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry.
Apollo, spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter. But even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It is, as the Bhagwan says, it must be mentioned that this secret... It also must be mentioned that the secret art is only taught here in the Kingdom of Wright, and your country's Crime Village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected?
I would ask the witness to continue her testimony. After Queen Amara's passing, her eminence, Queen Garan, is the only spirit medium left.
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right?
Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins, and was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel.
Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nina's yet another follower unwittingly praying over in an empty sarcophagus. Amara, the queen has been locked away, and her existence in this world erased. But the fact that she's still alive shackles Naida to Garon's will. Naida, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony.
If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey.
Hold it!
Miss Fey was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him.
I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insisting that it was Maya Fey you had channeled to Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune.
No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo. But try not to look so forced while you do, would you? Nana's right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Wright. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still. I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots once I point one very big thing out. But I'm not even gonna save.
Objection!
Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. Except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nana's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because in Korean, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, defense. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nina stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nina channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nina channeled Inga. Even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright? You may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garon is the only remaining spirit medium in Kurai. Oh, devil, you mustn't. Fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who was shown in the photograph? You can't recognize her! The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. What? But that's nonsense! Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination.
Queen Amara is still alive? Has the lawyer gone mad?
Well, I personally find it hard to believe. I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe. To keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet, according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. The real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today. But how? Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning, loyally act known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn, Naruda, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as...
Take that!
That's... This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person and you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nana. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the queen we've been looking for all along. What? Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous. Even the depths of hell.
Oh my! Such frightening allegations!
Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives. And is actually Miss Nana here. You have truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence. If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct?
I can. Deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nana, the one who stands here before us. Is Amara
the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Balkunka! Finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nina, no, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened.
Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead.
That's not how sleeves work, but okay. That's definitely not how sleeves work. And that's not how height works either. Whoa! I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Krain. It is I, Amara Sigatar Krain, your former queen. Good Queen Amara? What? I thought the Ron's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You are alive and well? It is true. I feel as if I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Amara? I'm sorry I wasn't able to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright. Garan, I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life, will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer. Queen Amara, what does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago? I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garan. But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing? Garan, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I thought I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, you could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant. She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. I never even guessed she was living as a servant. Right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it is all because of you, Hornhead. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all this ends with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter what you are, you won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. lady? What's this? You'd accuse Queen Amara of homicide. A Grand Priestess of Koreanism? You can't do that. Jeez, virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. If you commit the crime, you'd better be ready to do the time. But be you a priest, saint, queen, or god? I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nana, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right?
Oh, what a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer? Me? The one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself.
You may be a grand figure in Koreanism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me.
It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks. You found to help me, Judge?
Fear not, good magistrate, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a Grand Priestess, on this stand I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusation with grace and benevolence.
Your compassion overfloweth your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw.
Huh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta. Yes, your your mercifulness.
Why do you all have different titles?
Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered?
Dirk Sadmari, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not?
Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is.
Yes, your mercifulness.
Her benevolence, Princess Riva saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claimed the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then when she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and then left stuck in the tomb.
Oh, yeah.
Had she tried to exit before you all arrived?
Again, she hid herself in her tomb.
Princess Riva, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort.
Urgh.
In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, Defense?
No, she wasn't.
Now, do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. Well, that was entertaining. Prosecutor Sadmari, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over? Yes, prosecute your father and save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Eminence.
And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of the sacred hall to your authority once more.
Right, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, Your Mercifulness, your testimony, if you please. Oh. I guess I'll take my break here now. A little bit earlier than I usually do, but yeah. Hold on. Okay, we're back, and I turned down the volume a little bit.
Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Sadmati for his crimes.
Oh, such marvelous testimony. You are truly a treasure, Your Mercifulness.
This too is but the grace of Her Holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well.
Oh my! The Holy Mother, you say?
Yes, surely Her Holiness has guided me to this witness stand.
I can't believe you're cross-examining a queen. Well, I guess former queen.
And to the purity of truth.
Animals. Snow White. She's the one that taught the animals. Oh, how magnificent! Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on Earth.
Praise be for Queen Amara! Blessings, blessings upon her mercifulness!
Where did those animals even come from? Now then, the defense may question the witness. Sorry. But remember, she is a Grand Priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means... no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony. So I can't do my job? Get your animals off screen. The lawyer's theory is absurd. Oh, they're not actually slowing her down. Okay, you can keep them.
Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory.
Hold it!
My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous.
And I handed, if I may say so, Naruto was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony Pony's holy waterfalls could devise a better theory.
Surely you can steal better insults than Nayuta's best.
Now then, to all of you gathered in the sacred hall, need I remind you, I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder.
Hold it!
Well, maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you'd have no troubles opening it. The dog's drinking the water.
If I had been in there, I could not be here today. But the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave.
I guess not. If I may ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so...
There is despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. Could discover the final hope by continued corporeality.
You completely lost me, and also didn't answer my question at all. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse.
Now, will you dispense with your theory? It is as empty as my sarcophagus.
Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling.
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder. Very good, but that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. Precisely. As you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at that time were Dirk Salkmadi and Maya Fey. Be it in this life or the next. There is no escaping such simple truths. My husband, Dirk, is the killer, but he fled from the sacred hall.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today. A reason? Ah, perhaps. Perhaps what? Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life. What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago. That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me! That is why I listened to Dirk. I'm not married Apollo. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me. He was literally proven innocent. That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless. Do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... For normal people. Ah! Maybe! Maybe what? Your Majesty! I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, Defense. Do explain. I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. By using this special method, it would be possible for her to literally disappear. What? Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? She clung to the ceiling. Yes, she was on the ceiling. She's Spider-Man. I'm gonna assume channel. All she had to do was channel someone. And she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe that actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder? Yup. Hi, okay. What the? What was that? Hey, come on, say a massive on this. How dare you speak such vile blasphemy, defense? You will retract your last statement, or face immediate execution. What if I say no?
No, good magistrate. It is quite all right. Koreanism also teaches that we must respond at all times with reasoned principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation.
You have something to counter with?
Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. That was Minister Inga. The only others there right after his murder were Dirk and Miss Faye. Had I channeled Inga as you alleged, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there beside the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, we could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling.
That's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone who we haven't identified yet.
How absurd.
If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, you could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim. Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out?
Minister Inga was the sole victim. There was no other spirit to channel until he was dead.
Hold it!
What if there was another victim besides Minister Inga?
What on earth could you mean? The only body found in the tomb was the minister's.
Yeah, but, Amara's counter-arguments are too spot-on for us to refute. Actually, there's one possibility. What's the matter, Apollo? It's one heck of a face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing, really. And yet, that means...
My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today.
A reason? Ah, perhaps.
Perhaps what?
Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago.
That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me.
Oh, it's just this again. I'm fucking stupid, guys.
May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Salmati for his crimes.
Why did it place the new statement before that one?
Hold it!
The Holy Mother is going to judge him.
Within the doctrines of Cryanism, we are taught that upon death, the Holy Mother shall judge our souls. To those of pure spirit, her holiness shall be as warm and merciful as the sun. But to those of depravity, her wrath shall echo that of an angry mother to her child.
An angry mother. I wasn't expecting the Founder's judgment to be so down to earth.
The scriptures of Cryanism are the first in the world to be written such that they would be accessible to worshippers of all ages.
Wow, that's unexpectedly progressive. So, Amara is claiming that Inga was the sole victim.
Which fits perfectly well,
Which fits pretty well with what we know. But was he really the only one? What do you mean? Wasn't there evidence of another victim besides Inga? Someone that we've yet to discover. Yeah, I'm gonna assume the blood stains.
Objection!
I can't believe I'm presenting this, but it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be. Would the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you?
Whatever are you talking about?
If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. This case includes the second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But the second victim, Apollo...
Hey, no, stop. Don't do that.
Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Inga and moved the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. It explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered.
Oh, you putrid pepper. Of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you, and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice. What was the other victim? No, who was the other victim?
There's no way this can be true. But... No, I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving this case. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was... Listen, son. Even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There is no escaping death now that it has its sights set on me. Dirk knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
What? You can't. That's not possible. The defendant, Dirk Sadmadi, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. Balkunka! Paula, what are you? Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered. The facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me. I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones in the tomb. But if one of them were actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be. Can it? Dirk's bloodstains at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is... Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection!
That's enough. Your explanations cannot be trusted. And you would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion. Naruda, I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I'm wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look. There's only one such place. You truly have proof. The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Go check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
You would suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare to look. Plus, a killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body? Well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence! Being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it. Why are you standing there? If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let's contact her at once, and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Now then, Detective Sky, you report if you please. I'll start with my findings. Please, please! Please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appeared to be several days old. Body? Detective Sky, tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body. And I have positively identified it as... Dirk's odd body. Dirk! That's gotta hurt. No! Why? Why'd this have to happen? Damn it, Dirk. Answer me. How can this be? Who's laughing? I think it's... yeah. The traitor Snake, the very head of the insurgency, murdered. Oh, what a joyous day. Those fools shouted for change and revolution. We'll finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. So we're here for a while. Okay, finally. Fuck, hold on. That can be dropped. Ooh. What? What was I even fighting for? Apollo? What am I supposed to do now? Son. I'm a ghost. A lawyer. Should never look the way you do right now. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard. It never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. But, Dirk, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court tomorrow. You may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. You believed in me that much, Dirk? Dirk, I think I finally understand. I can't yield. Not now. Not ever. Dirk believed in me, despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Dirk left me with two things I must do. Are you alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine now. Apollo. Detective Sky,
Yes?
how sure are you that the body's been there for a few days?
Pretty sure. I'm positive. No autopsy's been before him yet, but I'd say it's been at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, and the chest area bore 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. I believe they are the cause of death.
Dirk's corpse photo added to the court record. More than 3 days have passed since his death. He was shot 3 times in the chest. At least 3 days, huh? Yeah. Would Amara's thing be different now? Oh, we just didn't have her until now. Amara Segatara Kurain, age 44, the previous queen, who's a spirit medium known as the Grand Priestess and possesses incredible spiritual power. That means Dirk was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Then who was channeling him? I think it would have to be someone who could get into and stay in the US without arousing suspicion. It also had a solid cover story so they wouldn't be seen as missing. I believe this is who was channeling Dirk when I saw him in the States.
Take that!
Maya? Oh, I see. She was being held hostage at the time, so it seemed only natural that she wasn't around. Right. Do you remember what she said earlier? So please, just tell me. What exactly were you hiding?
Sorry, but you promised Dirk I wouldn't say.
You made a promise to Dirk?
Mm-hmm. A pretty big one.
Dirk didn't want his own death to be known. And the members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out. I would snuff out the flames of the revolution for good. Miss Faye, Dirk told you to keep quiet about this, didn't he?
Fuck! You're good. Jesus. I guess it's no use hiding it anymore. Yes, I promised not to tell him. Not to tell. Dirk made me promise before he died.
So, I was right then.
Apollo? There's something I need to tell you. It's about, you know, Dirk's final moments.
I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened to his final moments? In his final moments?
It was soon after I was kidnapped. Dirk paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inga's murder.
Hey, young lady. Time to get you up and out of here.
Oh. It's that revolutionary guy.
I'm here to rescue you.
You are? Why?
I figured the things were a little too quiet with that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around. That's when I found out you'd been abducted.
But why would a rebel help me?
Let's go before it's too late. It already is for you, pal. Long time no see, you rebel blowhard. Inga, I know you're up to something, and I'm going to find out what. Ugh. Ugh. That's kinda smart. You've become a real thorn in my side, see? So it's time for you to be pushing up daisies. Ugh. Ugh.
Dirk!
Did you really think a pea-shooter like that could kill a dragon? What the? Ah, fuck. Oh, what are you, some kind of freak? Nuts to this.
Dirk was shot several times, but he barely even flinched. He sacrificed himself for me.
Ugh.
Ah! These ropes. I've gotta help you.
Relax. It's going to be okay. Sorry things turned out this way, but it doesn't look like I have much longer.
No, don't say that.
You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit.
Stop it. Don't give up like that.
If you do, tying a rope like that'll be child's play.
No. Please, hang in there. You can still make it.
Promise. Promise me. One thing, young lady. It's about my son.
Dirk. I was talking about you, Apollo. He said he wanted to see you one last time. So he asked me to return to the US and channel his spirit.
He really said that. He really said that.
Mm-hmm. He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. And that this was his last chance.
You just show up here without warning all this time? What gives? I came all this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice. Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Dirk. You really did come to the US because you wanted to see me. I guess this means it was Inga that hid Dirk's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb.
Apollo, you can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on.
I know, Miss Faye. And I won't disappoint him. Defense, if you are ready to proceed, I would first have you answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about the case? Yes, and I believe I can explain everything now. Very well, your explanation, please. Dirk entered the tomb at 3 p.m., the time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled by Miss Faye, did. Now, by the time he entered the tomb at 3 p.m., Mr. Inga was already dead. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 p.m. But there was someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb, waiting to channel Dirk in place of Miss Faye. Fucking hell! I don't mean for that to keep happening. I don't even know if you can hear it when it does happen. It was you, wasn't it? fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 p.m. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. But once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Minister Inga and hid herself. Then when Dirk entered at 3 p.m., he snuck up from behind and forcibly drove Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body.
Drove his spirit out of her body? Impossible.
Objection!
Actually, there is a way to do that. With the Magatama of Parting, that is. Using one, anyone could drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refused to leave. Are you telling me that the extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was... that it was... That's right, Prosecutor Sadmati. And you've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. And how it turned a spent pale brown afterwards. In other words, the brown Magatama found in the tomb looks that way because its power had been used up in pushing Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body, right?
I probably passed out as soon as Dirk's spirit left my body. I was exhausted after channeling him for so long, after all.
After that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Faye in her usual outfit and tied her up. I'm not sure where she got the outfit, but we can assume she had it all planned out. Then Queen Amara must have changed into Dirk's clothes, smeared blood onto them. Picked up the knife and channeled Dirk's spirit. That's how she made it look like Dirk had committed the crime. And that's how she escaped, right under our noses. I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Dirk. What was going through your mind while all this was unfolding? So ultimately, it was all for naught. No, so ultimately it was all for naught. Yeah, sorry, I thought that was, fuck, I forgot the queen's name. Not Amara, the prosecutor one. Nayuda? Those dreams of revolution Dirk was always spouting? They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people. And in the end, they were simply fantasies. Nayuda! How can you? Karma has spoken. The dreams of revolution has withered on the vine. Its fate is sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. No! Dirk's dream can't die like this. I'm not going to sit back and let that happen. I can't, and I won't. Nayuda, don't forget that Dirk's been proven innocent. His name is no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and their sympathizers, who have been calling for his release, can't be charged with abetting the accused. So the revolution is far from over. It's only just begun.
Objection!
No, Dirk has not yet been proven innocent. You have merely indicted the possibility of his innocence. Indicated. What do you mean? Dirk is indeed dead. However, what if it was Dirk who killed Minister Ingo being channeled by Miss Fey? Time of death doesn't match up. No. Because Amara was there. Amara would have had to bear witness to it. And while the crime could have occurred at 2 p.m., you have yet to substantially prove it. Oh, do you have conclusive proof that the time of Minister Inga's death was at 2 p.m.? Well, no, I don't, but... It seems further testimony would be required of me. As it would appear that I have fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutors had nodded. The rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Dirk Salmonti to be the foul murderer that he was. And every last insurgent and their sympathizers must be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act. As you wish, Your Eminence. Why is Naida doing this? Braun shouldn't have him under her thumb anymore. Mara's not a hostage, so what gives? Nayuda, what's left to chain you to her like this? Very well then, Queen Amara, please proceed with your additional testimony. Witness testimony. You have no proof. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as the killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Fey. Now, let us end this charade. For the eternal glory of Crane and its people. No! Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that rumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defense may proceed with its cross-examination. I know you're done. You have no proof. Well done, lawyer. You have treated me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue.
Hold it!
Convincing others is all part of a lawyer's trade, so I'll take that as a compliment. You would, wouldn't you? I suppose you have deceived countless souls with your lies. I should not be surprised, considering you learned from him. Him? You mean Dirk, right? Yes, the man who deceived and seduced me. The Grand Priestess with his silver tongue. Actually, I learned from a guy named Christoph Gavin. Actually, I probably shouldn't be saying this. He turned out to be incredibly manipulative and manipulative. Does not help my case at all. We are still talking about the case, right? Surely you have heard of a lady falling with the wrong man before? No, but to think that I, of all people, would fall under that devil's spell. Wow, how did they ever get together in the first place? Let alone procreate. I would advise all here today to be aware of this lawyer's silver tongue. Lest you too be unjustly painted as a criminal as I have been. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory.
Hold it!
I admit I don't have any solid evidence, yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime.
What on earth do you mean?
Including Miss Faye, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Kurion. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Kungaron was with me and Mr. Wright while Miss Faye was tied up in the tomb. That means that the Dirk we saw after the minister's murder could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara.
Lieutenant Lawyer.
Eek! Forgive us, Your Majesty, for this! Really, Your Majesty?
Objection.
But have you considered the following defense? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Kurion?
Objection.
That's up for you to prove! Oh, come on! What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer. Okay, no, you can't just say, oh, there could have been a 3rd spirit medium, and not show any proof that there was a 3rd spirit medium. That's not how this works! Nayuda, and you know that! Which is why you have had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't! Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. I can prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? I can prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred.
It seems you're ever bent on painting me as the killer.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Very well. Let us see some evidence that proves that I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not? There is nothing to prove I was even there at the scene of the crime.
Hold it.
Is this kind of a plot hole? Or am I...
Okay. Where did we pick this? 'Cause it's gonna be this. Okay. If we received it from Dirk, ignore what I'm saying here. Actually, no. Wait. Okay, yeah. But if we found it in yeah, but if we picked it up at the place, then this would be a plot hole at the tomb, but I don't think we picked it up at the tomb. I think we got it from Dirk. By simply changing into Dirk's clothes and channeling his spirit, it is a fact that the killer altered the crime scene.
How very perceptive of you.
In trying to accomplish everything, the killer would have been pressed for time. He may have committed an error that could prove crucial to this case. And sometimes, the significance of certain pieces of evidence can change. In the face of new facts and circumstances, why don't you take another look at all the evidence we have? You think I'll see something in a new light? Is there anything from the tomb that's taken on a different meaning now? The only way to find out is to reconsider each piece based on our current understanding.
Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Faye.
Hold it!
You're saying the Dirk who entered the tomb is the one who killed Minister Inga?
I am. I stand firm with the prosecutor's original charge against the accused. The only issue is whether that Dirk was alive or dead.
And that's a pretty major issue.
Oh, I beg to differ. For here in Kurain, death is not the end. It is merely a change in one's address, for the Twilight Realm is only the next door over.
Is it really?
It is. Those who have only recently passed away may call upon you in the night. Such occurrences are quite common in our kingdom.
He's kidding, right? In all the time I've spent here, I'm happy to say that's never happened to me. Me neither.
You need not fear death. Embrace it along with your guilt. Then may you begin your journey to the Twilight Realm. Now let us end the charade for the eternal glory of Kurain and its people.
Hold it!
Eternal glory.
Once the King of Traitors has been judged, and the rebellion quelled for good, peace and prosperity shall return to our fair kingdom. Then shall the blessings of the Holy Mother usher in an age of eternal glory.
If Queen Amara is the Grand Priestess of Kurain once more, the people would be freed from subversive elements. Faith would blossom anew.
Oh, you are too kind. But I have no intention of resuming my position as Grand Priestess.
What?
I relinquished my position as Queen and Grand Priestess to my sister Garan. And now that my would-be assassin is gone, I am truly free at last. Perhaps I shall take a trip and expand my horizons with new training.
Queen Amara? Looks like she's totally over being Grand Priestess and Queen. In that case, I shall introduce you to some wonderful classes that I am taking. If Amara channeled Dirk, she must have been at the scene of the crime. If so, she may have left something behind. Sure, but the question is, did she? Well, if nothing else, you can always try to get her to testify about something else. Right. But first, maybe a quick review of the evidence. No, don't do that. I am going to save again. Like, I'm pretty sure it's this, but...
Objection!
Yes, okay. Queen Amara. Does this pendant look familiar to you?
Why, that is...
We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it. Which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. Did that not belong to the accused? That's what I thought too. After all, Dirk had said it did himself.
He said that?
Yes, but it was a lie. Because I believe he was covering for someone.
Covering? How? For who?
There is a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. Is it the pendant again? What? Oh.
Take that!
That's a photo of the accused's body, is it not? Yes, it is, and I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. This right here proves that the pendant that was found in the tomb wasn't Dirk's.
Take that!
You will notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue. Oh, now that you mention it. Don't you find that a little bit strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. A pair? If the blue pendant was Dirk's, and then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to?
Objection.
Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints were found on the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sagnati. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket. Come again? Now this is where it gets interesting. When we opened this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid, to be exact. What? No. So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong? Queen Amara. It belongs to you, doesn't it? Oh. It seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. This cannot be. Mother, tell me, does it not? Tell me it does not belong to you. Nayuta, Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit, and he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him. But why would he do such a thing? You really don't know? He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used. But he kept quiet, all for your sake. Dirk, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. Are you going to betray him now? Dirk, Ah! This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess to your crime? I can't deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Segatar Kuraim, who slew Minister Inga. That's preposterous! Why? This is beyond belief! Mother, why would you... Forgive me, Nayuta. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was my only way. The only way? So, in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Sogmati. I suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive. I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that. They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime. Why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it could come back to haunt you.
I do not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband. Yet I could not bear any hatred toward him.
Well, he didn't try to assassinate you, so...
I was unable to discard this, or part with it for even a short time. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 20 years.
Mother? So she really believes it? That Dirk tried to assassinate her.
Pink butterfly pendant updated in the court record. The record found at the crime scene. It actually belongs to Amara. Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dirk innocent. I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm.
Very well then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmati, if you have no further objections. This cannot be my mother.
I have no objections.
I have no objections. Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I proved your innocence. But... Very well then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with an assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dirk Sogmati. Hold it! I think it's Apollo. No, it's not Apollo.
Hold it!
Your benevolence!
I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, your benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father.
What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nina? Griefa.
Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father? Yes, there is no mistake.
She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings.
Barbed head, hornhead, are you going to let this stand?
Dirk's been proven innocent. He's about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right.
Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the court is a place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you.
There are definitely things that don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should I push to continue this trial? Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial.
Hornhead!
Very well then. Would the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case is yet to come to light? Queen Amara? There's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga?
That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Krain. To avert to avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity.
Further tragedy?
Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He had established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat.
You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction?
Yes. Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power. After which, he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy 23 years ago, and as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling. Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb as hostage, away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so...
What?
At 2 p.m., during the rite of channeling, he slipped into the tomb and slew the minister.
My bracelet! He's lying. Apollo? Not Apollo. Yup. It seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide-and-seek, then let's start with that last statement you made.
If I must.
No.
Everything's stupid? I see it.
Gotcha!
Queen Amara. You're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I can tell because a finger on your left hand switched almost imperceptibly when you did.
Oh,
In that pose you make, is there something about your chest that makes you nervous?
whatever do you mean?
The murder occurred at 2 p.m. And I'm pretty positive Mara was in the tomb at the time. So then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the Wright? The Wright of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the Wright of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence. I would have the perpetrator's name at once. Fuck no, you're gonna kill the child. Sorry, no can do. You see, I just so happened to find it on the ground, so...
Do you take me for a fool?
I mean, technically, Phoenix could have laid it on the ground, and Apollo picked it up, you know. How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later, because right now... there's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness.
We might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help.
Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice. Do they not have detectives in Karain?
Here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness.
Hey! What's that right there?
An injury?
No, wait. I think it's a burn scar. Channeling photo updated in the court record. A photo taken at around 2 p.m. It's just gonna show the second part of it. Wait a second. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. What's going on here? If the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan, then who is it?
Take that!
You're only 44? Damn. Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. It's you posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar. That's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. And you two are both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala, I think. Or mandala, so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. I broke it. Look! It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo. I don't understand. I knew it. So the person in this photo really is... Wait. So the person in this photo really is... Yes, it's Queen Amara. This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switched places? Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this? Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place. But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't possibly have committed this crime. Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi. So Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara. I am afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and they used to stage the crime? Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. Dirk could have only been there in the tomb if she was channeling him. Which means... well, Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime. He didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer was someone else. Bokunka!
What's going on here?
Is her mercifulness covering for some? If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is? Very obvious. Why was this Wright held in the first place if Queen Goran wasn't going to perform it? Who was behind the two sisters switching places and for what reason? The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi.
Take that!
Why that? Is this some kind of joke? No, Your Majesty. I could never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Kurai. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garan ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling?
Aye.
Didn't she also have you to drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faye's body? And then stage the crime to make it look like he was at the minister's killer? That he was the minister's killer? Yes, he was living inside of the minister's killer. That's definitely what it was. And at 2 p.m., when you were performing the rite of channeling on Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Ink while disguised as Dirk? Well, your mercifulness! It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now. Mother?
Justice Minister Inga's true killer is...
Shit! She's been shot! I forgot that happens! Mother? No! I genuinely forgot that was something that happens.
Ah, we really did it. Your eminence, my life is yours.
Isn't he one of Garon's royal guards? Queen Amara! Bailiff, the rest of guardsmen. Mother? Garon couldn't have. She. Someone call for an ambulance. Quickly now! To be continued! Oh my god. I don't think this jingle matches the mood game. I don't think this jingle matches the mood of the game right now, video game. Well, we will see what becomes of Amara and how we deal with Queen Garan, Sigatar Kurain next time. Bye-bye!